Our daily Bible reading today comes from the prophecies of Joel. So we'll be looking at Joel chapter 1 through Joel chapter 3. So all of Joel's prophecy. And our daily devotional today here at Carrollton Christian Fellowship comes from Joel chapter 1, verses 1 through 12. So the beginning half of Joel chapter 1. With Joel 1 in our devotional, this first half, we see that the prophet Joel, he prophesied to the southern kingdom of Judah. And if we were to dig around and look around and go throughout, it's very difficult and hard to know exactly when Joel prophesied. Some scholars, they place Joel's prophecies and contemporaries to Joel during the time just before the reign of Joash. So this would be in the time from 2 Kings chapter 8 through chapter 11, maybe into chapter 12 a little bit. So just before and right towards and right in the beginning of Joash's reign. But we don't know exactly if this is indeed when this was. What we see in Joel chapter 1 in our devotional today, we see verses 1 through 4, we see the plague of locusts that have come upon Judah. And this that Joel is talking about is Joel is not pronouncing judgment upon the nation or upon Judah. He's not placing and bringing judgment upon them, but instead he is pointing out their present state, their present spiritual state, and their present state of what is happening in their life and what has happened. Then we see in verses 5 through 7, we see this army of locusts that came against Judah, that it came against in its waves and in its swarms, and that it was unrelentless and it destroyed and took everything away. That as the first left, they thought that they were good, and then the second came, and then the second left, they thought that they were good, and the third came and just finished everything off. Then in verses 8 through 12, we see that Judah mourns because of the locust destruction that happens. And this is the sad thing, that Judah did not mourn because of the things before the destruction of the locust. Judah did not mourn at their spiritual condition. But what Judah mourned is when their houses, when their cars, when their businesses, when their money dried up. They did not care about their spiritual relationship with the Lord or relationship with others, relationship with their brothers and sisters. We would say today, didn't care about their relationship with their brothers and sisters in Christ, didn't care about spending time with the Lord on a daily basis, going to His Word and allowing the Lord to be the illumination of their life and of their feet. So they mourn this, and this is a warning and this is a direction to Judah that they should look at their spiritual condition. They need to look at their spiritual condition and mourn their spiritual condition. And don't just mourn when your physical condition and your physical ailments and when these physical things happen. But the problem is the spiritual. The spiritual happens, and then the physical destruction will come later on, however. We also see in verses 8 through 12 that all of these people, all the inhabitants of the nation and of the city of Jerusalem and Judah, that all of the people, they should be ashamed because of their spiritual condition, because of where their values were, because of the lack of their value with the Lord and with the word of the Lord and with the Lord's instruction. That be just this alone, this is what should cause them to mourn, their spiritual condition. And so I hope this can be a great encouragement for us, a great encouragement on where we find to be mourning. Just as Jesus tells us in the Beatitudes, there on the Sermon on the Mount, blessed are those who mourn because they will be comforted. And the context here is blessed are those who mourn for righteousness' sake. Blessed are those who mourn for the righteous things, for the lack of a spiritual relationship and their spiritual condition. It's not about mourning physical things. It's not about that. And so again, I hope that this can be a good encouragement for us today. So take care, have a blessed one, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.